Good afternoon, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the ships at sea. Welcome to today's special broadcast of Walpole High Sports. My name is Rick Brown, your voice of Walpole High Sports. We're going to be talking today to the new Walpole High varsity boys basketball coach, Jenna Galster.
You got it.
And we'll learn a little bit about her and her background. She comes from a long and storied basketball background. Jenna, welcome.
And thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Okay. What is your background in basketball, your personal background?
Yeah, sure. I've been playing since I was in 5th grade. Any opportunity to get into a gym, whether it was myself,
Right.
all alone shooting,
Right.
or playing pickup, or any high school varsity team, AAU team. I got recruited to go play over at Brandeis. I have played forever.
Right.
And I love playing. I miss playing. I'm not too old, but I'm
Right.
Yeah. So I have to go in a different direction,
Right.
I'm a gym rat. Literally
Okay.
for my birthday this year, I'm 37. I asked for a basketball hoop.
Did you really?
I did. I asked for a basketball hoop, and that thing has been getting a lot of use by me.
Yeah.
My 6-year-old a little bit too, but
Right.
I'm the one putting the ball through the net most of the time.
Very good. Very good. Okay, I've got a last year's roster here of the basketball team, and I think you've got a little bit of height coming in, which will be a good thing for Walpole. TJ Farrell and Sean O'Brien, a senior and a junior, TJ being the senior. They both, I'd say they, 6'3" to 6'5" at least. They're two big boys. They both play in football, and they've had an outstanding season. Hopefully this will carry over to basketball, but this could be one of the taller teams Walpole's had for a while. I
was so excited in our informational meeting when I stood next to some and I had to look up. I'm 5'10",
Right.
So I'm not short, but I've for most of my career had teams that I stood and looked pretty much eye to eye with. So when I had to look up a little bit, I was smiling.
But that's
it's
a good thing, yeah.
It is a good thing.
You can imagine what it's like when you're 5'6" like me. On a good day, it's 5'6", and I'm talking to some of the kids afterwards, and my neck is stiff, And basketball is tough because everybody's tall.
You sure?
But it looks good. We've also got a couple of kids, Louis Jennings and James Gaba, who got a lot of playing time last year, especially towards the end of the year. I think we finished 5-5 last year. It was the COVID season, so it wasn't a regular season. Pretty sure our final record was 5-5, but Louis and James also got a lot of playing times. You've also got, there were 3 or 4 other sophomores on the team last year who were juniors this year, who did see sporadic playing time. I think the height will be the main thing for Walpole this year.
Yeah. I'm certainly excited about that. I was saying during my interview and when I got to meet the captains how before I applied, I watched a few of the games because I wanted to see if their playing style kind of fit my ideals, my philosophy, so it would be a seamless transition coming in, and it certainly does. The boys seem to like to work hard, run. They're unselfish. There's a lot of traits that are going to be good ones to get to work with. So the height added to it is definitely that's an okay thing for me too.
What is your philosophy on coaching?
My philosophy on coaching, number one, work hard, day in, day out. But with that being said, I love pushing in transition. I love off-ball movement. I'm a big man-to-man defense, mixing up whether we're going full court, half court, three-quarter court, I don't care, just keeping them on their toes. Anything that is going to be team-oriented and pushing the ball is basically where I'm at.
Good. Have you had high-scoring teams in the past, or do you play a lot of tight D?
Since I'm huge in transition, tend to have higher scoring. Because we're pushing, we're not using the 30 seconds. We are pushing the pace and definitely have the potential
Right.
to score more. I say that, but in my first couple of years as a varsity coach, it was low scoring. We didn't have many people that could put the ball in the bucket, you know.
Yeah.
So if you have people who can score,
That always helps.
and we push the pace a little bit, I tended to have higher scoring teams. Yes.
Good. Do you think coming into a school where you haven't played this league before is to your advantage because they don't know your style, but you may not know this? Is it good for you coming in like this, or is it? Will there be? Obviously, there'll be a learning curve.
Sure. I don't think it's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I have played Framingham in the past, and
Okay.
Natick in the past, and
Right.
Walpole in the past.
Yep.
So like in different non-league games, you know, that's there. But you can go Google pretty much like games and see what my boys tend to play in terms of a style of game and quickly learn, you know.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always translate when you're, you know, in an actual game in the season. So it's like, it's nice to know, but I don't think that it necessarily is an end all be all, like an answer of how to play against
Right.
one of my teams, you know what I mean?
You've coached girls before too?
No,
Oh, you haven't? Okay, I was
No.
going to say, which is easier to coach?
I have no idea.
No idea.
You know, I had the opportunity to coach the boys when I was like 3 years into teaching.
Okay.
That was a job that was open, and I thought, well, I want that job.
Right.
It wasn't a matter of gender.
Yep.
It was, I love basketball.
Right.
I want the job.
Right.
And then I love the pace of the boys' games. And that's
Right.
not saying that a girl's game is
Right.
not similar pace, but I love the pace. I love the physicality
Yep.
of the game. And in many cases, it is different. But that's kind of what makes me gravitate more to staying with
Right.
boys' programs.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Do you have any last words to tell the people of Walpole exactly how you think we're going to do this year?
Well, every coach comes in with the utmost confidence.
Right.
So we're going to win it all because that's just how you always go into every game, every season,
Right.
everything, right? But I am very confident because of how much effort these boys have obviously put in the off season and last year. They seem to be in it to win it, and I am very excited to walk into a program that has that mentality right from the get-go.
Right.
So expect big things, I think.
Good.
I am very confident for them, and I hope to give them every opportunity to be able to show off
Right.
what they have done.
Right. And Walpole High, as you well know, has a great sports reputation and background for going back decades. Basically, every sport, you know, comes up somehow, doing outstanding. And I think basketball this year will be, you know, back high up in the upper echelon of the Bay State Conference.
That sounds like a good plan to me. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Jenna, for
Thank you.
coming in. Once again, Walpole High's new basketball coach for the boys, Jenna Galster.
You got it. There you go.
Got it right this time. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy Thanksgiving. We hope to see you at a lot of the home games this year at the gym on Common Street. Thank you very much.